Hello there guys, my name is Jay or DA and welcome back to another episode of the Space Engineers Spotlights, where today we're looking at a ship from a game within another game. So the ship we're looking at today is called the Venture, if you don't already know that, and it's from the EVE Online game, and it was kindly recreated by a guy called Zed on the workshop, and I'll leave the link in the description below to the actual workshop page to go and download this and have a play around with it and see if you guys like it. I'll also leave a link to the actual wiki page for the EVE Online ship, and you guys can make your own decisions whether he's done a good job in sort of making the ship as true to Space Engineers and as true to EVE Online as possible. So the ship itself is designed to be a fairly fast moving mining frigate that basically gets into enemy territory or unknown territory and is able to mine at a fast pace, have a large carrying capacity so it can mine as much as it wants while it's there. Then once it's full, or once it's done being there, then it can basically leave as fast as it wants to and take it back to base. And that is basically its overall design idea. It was just a fast moving mining vessel that can get in and out of there quite quickly and just be that all-rounder that could do those tasks. So what we actually have on this craft is we have these 6 pods at the front, which I think in the game you'd probably have like the cargo capacity, the cargo carrying areas there, so that would be where the main cargo capacity would be located. And then we also have these mining sort of laser tractor beam things, which basically you just aim and shoot at an asteroid you wish to mine, and then you can, it starts picking up the ores and stuff. That's pretty cool, and I do like the idea of having those because you don't necessarily need to be right next to the actual ship to right next to the actual asteroid to actually be collecting the resource, which is pretty damn cool. Now, I really like this craft. I really like the way it looks, and it looks really, really cool, and it's very, very true to EVE Online. But my main gripe you'll see in a little bit where the interior needs a lot of work. And I don't know whether Zed is actually working on that currently, or whether it's something he's struggling to do. But it's something that really needs to either have some thought or the ship to be made in a smaller scale, and then maybe look at the interior. But I could actually see a small ship being designed in this way for mining and stuff like that. I think a small ship could probably thrive with this sort of layout. And yeah, I really do like it. So I think without further ado, I'll take you inside because there's not really much else to look at on the outside. There's a lot of really cool and intricate sort of shapes and curves and stuff. But again, as we take you on inside, which I believe there's a door around here. There we go. Which that was another thing. Doors. Getting into a door on this thing was ridiculous. I've only managed to find 2 to actually get into the ship. And what he's done on here, well, in here, he's basically got this sort of large seating area, which again, I'm not really sure if there are any sort of schematics for the internals of this craft, but it would be nice if we had some sort of production sort of themed sections around here. Maybe the incorporation of some mods to add like really nice looking crew quarters or something. I don't know, but I think it'll probably struggle anyway with how big the ship is, because as you can see here, this is just the walkway to the main cockpit and it's massive. It's just so much space around here. Either section off the areas to make it smaller on the inside, or just scale it down just a touch. I think that's all it really needs. Then what we've got is this large wall of oxygen tanks, which again I'm unsure if that was just put there just for convenience, just to put them there and wall them off or whatever. But either way, what we've got here is we've got like a 2-tiered cockpit sort of section. So we've got the main cockpit here, and then we've got the sort of co-pilots and whatever. I'm guessing this would probably be what you'd use to be mining with and stuff, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I'd actually say that is probably a better cockpit than this one, because this one's a bit closer to the sections where you can actually see a bit better. But either way, let's have a gander at the back section, which is the section that sort of makes me cry a little inside. And as you can see, as we walk through here, it's just emptiness. It literally is. We've got this like staircase that goes all the way down and sort of leads to really nowhere at the moment, and I'm hoping that Zed is updating this. If he is, then I'll happily review it and everything and sort of see if there's anything there. But I have actually noticed we have some sort of staircases over here as well, which looks a bit weird. So we actually have a large corridor down here. A few pipes, more doors. Where do these take me? Oh, these actually go into the wing sections. I've just depressurized the whole wing section. Whoopsie. So these actually take you into the wing sections, which are quite nice. We actually have like oxygen sections down here with a few awkwardly placed reactors, I think. Then we have this really nice glassed walkway section, which I like this. I do like this. Makes me happy to see like things like this. Features like this are really nice. Again, maybe some introduction of some modded glass to sort of cut that out. I don't know. I know you guys are probably going to scream at me for trying to push mods on this thing, but I don't know. I think things like these could potentially use a bit more modding to maybe make it a little bit more awesome and spectacular on the inside. But we're just heading down now, which I believe this just takes us. Yeah, it just takes us down to the main sort of foot, like down here, so we can actually maintain the engines and stuff, and then we can actually go back on ourselves, back to the ship this way. Okay, so we do actually have a secondary door here, which takes us back. So there's like a two-leveled sort of thing. That's quite strange. I'm not really sure about this, to be honest. I've just depressurized that whole area again. Whoopsie. So we do actually have some doorway sections, which is good, leading us down onto those wing sections. But yeah, I do feel that it's very unfinished at this moment in time. I'm hoping that Zed adds more and more onto it, because I'd really love to see more. He's just kind of got all these things placed in sort of different areas at the moment. I'd love to see, again, either close off some of the sections, and you know, you don't particularly like this section over here. You don't particularly need that space, so you could just blank it off and then sort of section up this main section sort of a bit more appropriately. But I do think it's unfinished, and I'm hoping it's unfinished, because I'd love to see this thing once it's in its completed entirety. But yeah, that is the Venture, guys. I'll show you how it flies, but it's nothing spectacular. It does fly okay. You know, reaction to turning is okay, to be honest. I reckon it's got an absolute sugar ton of reactors in this, but reactors, gyroscopes. But it does pick up speed fairly well. I do think it maybe needs a little bit more oomph, maybe some some hydrogen thrusters on the back with some hydrogen tanks and stuff. I reckon that'd probably kill a lot of the space off as well. But I think maybe adding something like that to it with those sort of thrusters would give it that extra push. Because right now it seems a little bit sluggish. I know it's a massive craft, but it's a massive craft that's designed to be fairly quick at doing what it does, and it doesn't particularly achieve that at the moment. But yeah, I really like the way this cockpit sort of sits. It's very nicely. I like how it's like domed at the bottom, and it just sort of curves its way around. It does look pretty damn neat like that. Looks really cool. And yeah, this has been the Venture, guys. If you really have enjoyed this, then don't be afraid to give the video a thumbs up. And you know, don't be afraid to subscribe as well if you want to see more videos like this. If you do have any suggestions or suggestions of your own builds to show me, then please private message the YouTube channel, and I will hopefully get around to looking at them soon. I still do have a fairly extensive list of stuff to look at, so please bear with me. But if you have enjoyed this, again, thumbs up, give it a subscribe, and go and check these things out in the workshop links below. Peace!